Hi, this is Weekly Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy. It has been quite a week, energetically speaking, and personally in my life also. And here's what I wanted to share with you today, because I think it's really important. Last week we had the March full moon on Sunday, and then we had the 16th, Sunday the 16th, and then we had Spring Equinox on Thursday the 20th. And coming at us rapidly now is the Grand Cardinal Cross of April that there has been very much talk about. It starts in the beginning of April, but everything's already lining up. And to me, the equinox was a doorway that started this energy field that's going to coalesce as the Grand Cardinal Cross. And I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to get into any astrological detail about it, but I've read about it quite a bit, and even more after I had the week I had this week. So let me just bring you quickly up to date. Of course, in the news, you can see the reflected energy of things stepped up, even though the news's version is just to keep you on the edge and not really give you any actual information. But the missing airliner goes on and on the search. What happened to it? And it's quite a distraction, but everybody's talking about it. And yet, behind the scenes, the missing airliner, what's going on in the Ukraine and Russia and the United States squaring off in a grand chess game that really isn't about the Ukraine any more than it's about Syria, any more than it was about Greece, any more than it was about Iraq or anything else. It's the grand master chess game going on in the financial world. And you sort of, as you know, you have the BRIC nations, and then you have the G7 and all this happening. So as that's going on, it really intensified. I don't think any of you paying attention to anything can deny that things intensified. And meantime, since solstice, we've had this expectation, and you talk about the event and when are things going to happen, and we're waiting for this, we're waiting for that. And it's kind of like while you're waiting to watch this rose petal open in the garden, things are blooming all around you, but your attention is focused on what hasn't yet happened. So that's clue number one. It's time to focus on what is happening. And the other thing, too, that I realized about this approaching Grand Cross is, first of all, on Equinox Eve, so this past Wednesday night, my husband and I had an extraterrestrial experience, which I'm not going to go into in this video, but if there's an interest, I will. I'll do another video. And it was very powerful. People that know me from my family are going to go like this, but nevertheless, this is important. We were on a Syrian ship. It was kind of like a council meeting, a review of what we're doing now and what's important in our mission. And the name of the ship was Nomo, which means whale, and kind of, I'm into the dolphins, the cetaceans. So I thought that was powerful. And lots and lots of downloads came from that. So that next day, Thursday, a project that we had been involved in and working on with a group of people since 2009 really started to take off in a most unusual way, almost magical and quick and also scary. And so that's when I put all this together with the cross, with the equinox, with the full moon, and what's going on in the world. And here's what I came up with. To sum up this grand cross heading our way in April, in all its facets and geometry, and actually if you look at the chart, I've looked at it, it basically looks like you're looking down on the Great Pyramid of Egypt. It is that kind of an energy. So take a look at it online. I do have a link to a good site. So in all its facets and geometry, I would say that the past and the future seem to be at odds. This is what it feels like to me, because there's a strong desire and an excitement to mature, to grow, to restructure, to experience these shifts. And yet there's also a very strong counter desire to remain in the past and to keep from rocking the boat. Well, you can't do both. And when our life started to take a gear up into going fast forward, decisions had to be made, risks had to be taken, and boom, 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 things were happening quickly. And we've heard this would happen, and yet I will tell you, if it hasn't happened to you yet, when it happens, it does bring up, oh, maybe we ought to back off, and gee, I don't know. And so this Grand Cross, I feel, is really one of the major things it's doing to stir the pot, is to bring up and heal that energy. And they downloaded me this great image. I love it. If you can imagine 2 or 3 very big rivers, say the Mississippi and the Missouri and the Rio, let's say, coming together in a huge confluence, and anyone who's been near a confluence of 2 rivers knows that it's so active and chaotic, and the water's trying to decide where it belongs and which way it should go, because it can't keep flowing like it was anymore. So you're coming into this confluence, and the closer you get, the more chaotic it gets, and the more you have to react to make it through. And the making it through part then is, as you ride through the chaos, you have to throw your oars out of the boat that you don't want to rock and stay centered in yourself to come in a balanced way out the other side. And so as much as we wanted this, there's the scare factor going on, or whatever you want to call it. And what happens at the end of the Grand Cross, things come together. They really start to come together in the world. And in my image of the confluence, the rivers figure it out, and they flow out of the confluence to create a beautiful delta, a beautiful new body of water in which, out of those primordial waters, the seeds of our dreams are going to be able to create our new reality, our golden age. So beautiful image, right? But it also felt a little like, have you ever read the one Dr. Seuss book where he has the push me, pull you? It's going to push you this way, pull you that way, push you that. And the whole theme of the book is this, just stay centered, and it stops the pushing, pulling, and the book has a happy ending, right? This most definitely has a happy ending. But the funny thing is, what we've all wanted, we're waiting for, when is it going to come? It starts to come, and you automatically go to that old pattern to backpedal. So this is a heads up, because I don't know where you are in your journey, and depending on your own soul plan and your own mission here on earth, and what you're going to be doing and the new what's coming, it's going to hit everybody at a different time in a different way. I've always been early. I've always been ahead. And so mine is definitely, mine and Mark's are definitely going into gear. So check out all the information you can on the Grand Cardinal Cross coming up, and be aware of your subconscious, be aware of what's coming about here. And let me just check. So, basically the question to ask yourself as the shift comes, and you're on one of the rivers and you're heading straight to the rapids where the confluence is this question: am I ready to recognize the subconscious desire not to rock the boat, and summon up the courage, the power, the energy of the Uranus and Pluto, in particular Jupiter, to jump in and trust that I will find my center? My center is sort of Saturnian. I don't know, in the confusion, can I find my center? Can I really let go of the life I know now to create the new life I want? So get into some of those feelings and be ahead of the game, because in the chaos, it's a lot harder. So my friends, get set and get ready, get set, and be aware that this is what you've been asking for and waiting for, and when is it going to happen, and show me, how come I can't see anything? Well, if you can't see anything happening now, you aren't looking. And if it hasn't happened in your own life, it's on the way. So it feels to me like the Cardinal Cross is setting the stage, and the curtain's already coming up. So you're going to have to hop in there and know your lines, or wing it, right? Throw away your oars, breathe into your shift, center yourself, and catch the magic of our new earth rising out of these primordial waters, what we've been waiting for. So just passing it on. Here it comes. So enjoy yourself. Have a great week. Listen, I've had so much interest in Sedona and people calling. I have some deposits. But those of you who are on the edge, I need to know if you're coming. Send in Send in your deposit, or pretty soon you'll have to send in the amount, and you definitely want to sign up before the end of March to save $100. So it's going to be a great trip. It's a very reasonable trip. Go on to my link, find out more about it. And it's going to roll. So if you're ready, everybody's calling me. People are calling me and saying, well, do you have enough people yet? I'll send in my money. Well, guys, this is what I'm saying. It's like a backpedaling. You're called to do it. You want to do it, but you want to make sure it's going to be just smooth and all right, and you can make your reservations. And come on, we're riding into the magic. So if you're interested in Sedona, let's get rolling, and Dolphins too. And catch the magic. We'll see you again next week. Bye.